Hey guys, this is our IAC 210 Let's Play project, and we're going to be playing Soccer Stars.
Soccer Stars is a multiplayer online sports game developed by Miniclip Games. It was released on Android and iOS platforms on June 11, 2014, and was later available on PC as well. Most online soccer games feature real players in the game and are fast-paced. A good example for this is FIFA, which is developed by EA Games. On the contrary, Soccer Stars doesn't feature real players. Instead, it is a game that is similar to ping pong played out between player pieces that look similar to ice hockey pucks. Both sides are given 5 player pieces, or orbs, each which represent 5 players that are able to direct the ball towards the opponent's nets. Soccer Stars can be categorized as a casual mobile game because it does not require a long time commitment, simple rules, does not require any complex actions, and demands less learned skills compared to complex hardcore games. Due to its simplicity, the production and distribution costs are also fairly low compared to other complex games. The game itself is not complicated to understand for first-time users, which is why it stands out among other mobile soccer games. The simple background, player pieces, and rules are the sole reasons for its success. This is why it is an exemplary model of its genre and platform.
On the main screen, the player has the choice to play one-on-one with a random player with an average game length of about 3 minutes, or a tournament, which lasts about 7 minutes. In the one-on-one match, the player has a choice to choose from different maps, with Brazil with the cheapest and Italy with the most expensive. The player enters the magic circle once they have been matched with an opponent. From this point on, the player must be committed to completing the duel with the opponent by following simple yet meaningful rules that will lead to successful gameplay and lead one of them to victory. Once the player is matched with the opponent and they enter the field, they will witness a simple background containing simple objects: the player pieces, the ball, and the scoreboard. Compared to traditional soccer games, where there are human characters, Soccer Stars has orbs that represent the player. These orbs are available for purchase in different skins that may be preferred by the player. They can be purchased in the game shop using game currency, but special orbs require real currency for purchase. Orbs with skins affect the gameplay as they are upgraded versions of the default red and blue orbs. They have upgraded aim, force, and launch time. This is quite similar to most racing games where you are able to upgrade from the default vehicle to a much faster vehicle. On the field, these orbs have dynamic attributes that are dependent on the player's actions. For example, if the player decides to play defensive, the player will direct the orbs towards the net. Now let's talk about the rules of the game. Operational rules. To play the game on a mobile device, the player must use 2 fingers to control the movement of the orbs. You must simply click the orb you want to move, and then click and drag to choose the amount of power, and then aim towards the direction you want to shoot. On a PC platform, the player uses the left button of the mouse for the gameplay. Similarly, the player must click and drag to choose the power level, and then launch the orb towards the target. Behavior rules. Behavior rules are rules that show good sportsmanship. In Soccer Stars, there is a time limit to make a move, so the player must make the move within the allotted time limit so that you don't keep the opponent player waiting. The simplest rule is to don't go AFK and keep the opponent waiting throughout the game. The player is only allowed to make the following base actions in the game: selecting an orb to launch, choosing the power level, and choosing the accuracy. Depending on the player's base actions, the outcome or resultant action is determined. These actions are mostly not part of the rules. However, they are actions and strategies that emerge naturally as the game is played. Considering the minimal operative actions allowed in this game, it is surprising that there is a large number of resultant actions. The ratio of meaningful resultant actions to operative actions is a good measure of how entertaining the game is. Here are some resultant actions a player can make in-game. Using the orb, they can aim at the ball to score into the opponent's net. They can aim their orb and hit the opponent's orbs to clear a path for the ball. Or they can also hit their own orbs to position them to take a better shot towards the opponent's net or defend their own goal. Another key reason for the success of this gameplay among users is the different skill sets that are required to play this game. The 3 essential skills required to play this game are mental skills, physical skills, and social skills. First, let's talk about the mental skills. In this game, the player receives a limited time to make a move before it's the opponent's turn. Either you choose to hit the ball or just move to a better position. As time is ticking by, players must make a quick decision to make their best move. Players have a wide variety of choices to make depending on the situation. For example, if the ball is at the tip of your net, you must decide how to evade the opponent from scoring the goal. In this situation, the player can either choose to block the opponent's orb from making a clear shot, launch your orb in an angle that will knock the ball away from your net, or simply distract the opponent by making a random move. All these choices are not guaranteed to succeed. However, it's the player's keen observation and judgment that will give a favorable result. The second skill set required for this game are physical skills. The skill set is only required when playing on a mobile platform, since players use their fingers for the gameplay. After players use their mental skills to decide their strike, it is followed by the physical aspect required for the game. Players are required to have a perfect finger coordination in order to execute the launch of the orb. You simply use one finger to click the orb, and then drag the arrow to choose the power level, and then rotate it towards the direction of the strike, and then let go for the launch. Compared to playing on PC using a mouse, it's much more efficient to play on a mobile device since you use your own fingers to launch the orb. Therefore, you have more control over your actions. The final skill set required for this game is social skills. Since this is a game where both opposing players take turns for their chance to play, it is an essential skill to be able to predict the movement of the opponent. This is a similar tactic to chess.
This game builds a connection to its audience by instigating the gaming culture that surrounds the sports community. Soccer is the most widely played sport in the world. Thus, audience engagement in virtual versions of the game tends to be strong. Foremost, Soccer Stars includes the term soccer in the title, posing an immediate attraction and connection. The game also does a very good job in creating a live soccer match atmosphere by portraying similar color and design patterns that resemble real-life matches. The crowd also makes cheering noises and sings traditional folk soccer songs. Another key element that contributed to Soccer Stars' ability to connect with its audience and promote the sports gaming culture is through its network effects. The game is designed so that one's opponent is selected by a randomizer that is interactively displayed as a casino-style lottery jackpot. These random opponents can be situated anywhere in the world, thus instilling a global connection in all players and promoting acceptance. There is also preset dialogue that are all positively mannered. These can be exchanged by the players, asserting a means of communication and adding to the interactivity of the game.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed it.